Well, good morning, everyone. So I would like to ask the park staff to please start digging up our time capsule. And while they're digging it up, we're going to be continuing with our ceremony here. And it is a beautiful morning here. The sun is shining, it's so bright, and it's great that all of you have joined us this morning for this this special occasion. This is a very rare event, and it's hard to believe that the millennium was already 25 years ago. And I'm absolutely honored to be here to MC this event. I am Brandon UCT President Stan Runions, and I will be your MC for this morning. We have some honored guests with us this morning, and I'd like to welcome them here this morning. So first of all, we have Reg Atkinson, who was mayor of Brandon from 1997 till 2001. And I'm sure that Reg had attended many events during the Millennium Year and has many memories that he could share. We are happy to have you and your wife Sheila here with us this morning. And Reg, I'd like to ask you to come forward if you'd like to say a few words.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, your worship. I'm having a few side effects from cancer treatments. That's why I'm a little bit wobbly. That's part of it. And I have a little bit more good news is my mouth is really dry, so I won't be speaking too long. Well, I had a nice visit with Councillor Beth Smale, who I used to enjoy working with years ago, and we were talking about this event, of course, and I'm sitting there thinking, Beth, you know, I can't remember being here. And I felt so embarrassed, and here I was reading there was a snowstorm, and I wasn't here. So, you know, I knew my memory is bad, but I thought I could remember that. But in memories of that era, remember the Y2K when the world was going to end? Well, of course, that was just before. And so the whole council and the top staff were at City Hall that night in order to react to whatever disaster was going to happen. And I have no idea how we were going to react, but we were there. And Brian Kays was the emergency manager at the time, and Brian flipped off the light switch at midnight, so the room went dark. So it was as if the world was ending, but he didn't turn off the TV. So there was a TV playing away, but he kept us on our toes. But I'm not going to speak too long because Jeff's here and he'll speak for quite a while. But I have great memories from being mayor of Brandon. It was one of the honors of my life, and I'll never forget it. And I still get reminders from people that I thought would have forgotten me years ago, and I still get compliments. I get the odd one that gives me heck still, but it was an honor, and I'm so appreciative of groups like you folks that make things like this time capsule happen, because that's what keeps the city alive, is things like that. And I'm pretty sure I put something from the mayor's office in that time capsule, and I'm getting a little nervous now what it might have been. But thank you folks for all the good work you do in the city and for hosting the event today.
Thank you, Reg. We also have with us this morning, we have Beth Smale. She was City of Brandon Councillor from 1998 until 2006. I am told that she now lives near Wawanesa, and like most retirees, are volunteer continuously. So Beth, I'd like to ask you to come forward and say a few words.
Thanks, Dan. I was very pleased to be invited to come to this morning, and I had to admit to Marilyn when she phoned that I didn't remember a thing about it. However, a little digging back in my brain and looking at the family history book that was done that year as well, and I began to remember. I'm eager to see what's in there. The only thing I remember was it will be a set of pins that were designed by a young schoolgirl here in Brandon, and were the Millennium Pin. And we, I don't know, gave them out, donated them during that year. And be sure to look at them. They're made up of triangles and they're quite interesting. It wasn't any surprise when the city went looking to see who might help do some things for the Millennium that the UCT put up their hand and said, Oh, pick us, pick us. As long as I've been involved around this community, 50 plus years, UCT does all sorts of things to add color and character to our community, and it's greatly appreciated. So thank you for inviting me, and I'm eager to see what's in that box.
Thank you, Beth. We also have with us to my left here, we have Phyllis Elliott, who is chairperson of the Brandon UCT Millennium Homecoming Committee. She had 11 committee heads, and the homecoming headquarters were at the UCT Hall on Richmond Avenue for 2 full weeks. She was there from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m., including weekends in late July and early August. And I'd like to ask Phyllis to say a few words.
I hope I can read this in the sun. Thank goodness Bernice has got an umbrella. I want to thank everybody for coming this morning. I know it's plenty hot out here, and they're talking about minus 28 or 30. Well, picture here shows we were in a snowstorm and we're working in the snow. Anyway, I hope that what's in this capsule after 25 years doesn't come out shivering. Now, as you know, in 2000, UCT, get my focus here, UCT hosted the Millennium, and it was a very busy time. We kind of took August the 28th to do this capsule, and at that time, Brandon Parks phoned me and said, we can't do it for at least 2 weeks. And his secretary said, we'll let you know in a couple of weeks when we can do it. Well, those 2 weeks went on and on. I thought it was in late September or October that we did this, but the Brandon Sun said Michelle said she found the picture and the story, and the Brandon Sun was dated December the 3rd. No wonder we were with our heavy parkas on. And as you see, Bernice and Beth and Marie Kotick were outside, and I was holding the door open when the Brandon Sun did arrive. And he said, now, just hold that door open and talk to those ladies. In just a minute, I'm going to move a table right here, and I'm going to take the picture out the window. There's 2 people that helped us continually all through the Millennium, and one of them was Myrtle Hudson, who isn't here today. Oh, good, she is. Oh, wonderful. I didn't know she'd made it. Anyway, she was the treasurer and had to look after everything, including the big sign that they made, and how to put the sign and what kind of sign to make and get it to go in the ground for 25 years. And the other person that isn't here today is Dave Poets, and he was just continually helping every committee. As you all know, he was just priceless. And the other one, Bernice Nervous, did the homecoming book and was taking all the stories and trying to keep her sanity. And then her husband Lloyd, Nervous, made the capsule and had to work with the parks, what size it was going to be to go in the hole, and the West Brand to make the sign. He was always UCT handyman. And the other person that I wanted to thank was Marilyn Forsythe, who was helping with this committee to get this put together, and the help that she gave is just priceless, because she knew her way around City Hall because she'd worked here for 30 years, and she knew every department that had to be contacted. And actually there's 4 city departments that she had to arrange to have all this set up for everybody today. And I can't begin to thank her enough. And every Monday in June, Bernice and Marilyn and I were at Bernice's table trying to figure out how this event could be put together. So here we are. And it looks like it's a very successful day. Thank you.
George. Thank you, Phyllis. So sitting to Phyllis's left, we do have Bernice Nerbus with us this morning. She's a longtime member of the now defunct UCT Ladies Auxiliary. She was also in the headquarters office and then volunteered to make the Millennium Memories Family Stories book, which took 1.5 years to complete. And as mentioned, her husband Lloyd also made the capsule that you see here. He worked with the city's parks department for the size of the capsule and the sign. Thank you, Bernice, and to your late husband Lloyd for doing that. I'd also like to mention Marilyn Forsyth, who's here with us somewhere this morning. She's sitting in the back there under the shade. She worked for City Hall, as we mentioned, for the City of Brandon for 30 years in the Treasury Department. She is also a longtime UCT member who volunteers for anything that that is asked of her. And because of her employment at the City Hall, she knew who to contact in regards to the time capsule. So we thank her for all her coordination efforts in that regard. Thank you, Marilyn. I'd also like to welcome with us this morning Mayor Jeff Fawcett, and he is going to do the honors of opening up our capsule. We have gloves for you. You can do the dishes after you're done opening the capsule. I'm sure that Jeff and most of us, or I'm sure that for Jeff and most of us, this will not happen many times in our lifetime that we get to open a time capsule. So Jeff, would you please come forward and say a few words and then open up our time capsule?
Well, thank you very much, everyone, and to those smarter ones that are in the shade. That is really hot up here, isn't it? It's something else. I'm impressed by all of you. First of all, UCT, thank you very much. Always a strong commitment to our community, and one of the beauties is even today, right? 25 years later, like, it was always a strong commitment, and it continues to be. And so, kudos to UCT for always being there for the community, all our communities. Right? Rivers, the Wawanesa area, everywhere. I do want to recognize, of course, His Worship, Mayor Atkinson, and Beth Smale, longtime councillor and still a good 2 cents when needed. and all the staff and everything. But this is really exciting because I'm quite curious because, it would have been interesting to be in that room Reg was speaking about in as we turned over to 2000, and they'd have been communicating. Some of them would have had their flip phones, but not everybody would have had a phone yet. Some of the computers were still dial-up, and it was, things haven't changed that much. I went into our AI system and it said it hasn't changed a lot. Truth is, it has. Yeah. Although I am going to take Reg up to the office later, and he'll see that the air conditioning doesn't work, and the temperature control in the building is still the same as always. But this is fascinating, and it is great curiosity, and thank you very much for even the thought of it at the time, at the centennial. That's a big deal, and it is fascinating to think it's 25 years since then. So I am really grateful that there's a lot of my old neighbor, Merle, and here to be here for this. So, you know what? I think we should get to it. Let's see what's there.
Thank you, Jeff. Would you?
I'll do it. So really, this is all I have to do.
Take out what's in it.
There you go, what's in it?
Take out the goods.
Okay, there's a bag full of something, and there's papers, and let's see. Over in here. All right. Congratulations on the recovery of the 2000 Brandon Millennial Time Capsule. We, the Brandon Millennial Committee, hope you find the contents of the capsule informative and enlightening. So the 2000 Time Capsule contents. So we could open this. Let's open this, but then I'll read through what we've got there. These bags are not biodegradable. You can't even get them at the store anymore. That's another thing 25 years has showed us. We'd have had to have brought our own bag. So, launched at 12:15 p.m. on this day, the 6th of December 2000. We had to open it up again to confirm that. Yes, Brandon's son did it as well. But launch conducted by Beth Smale, chairperson of the Brandon Millennium. Listings inside capsule is of the complete contents donated to the launch. As the capsule had limited space, the additional items can be found in dead storage of City Hall, with the exception of the coin collection, which was kept in Treasury's safe. Okay, interesting. Never been in that safe. Capsule contents only are as follows. City Hall politician and administrative structure, city map and HMSC pin. Community Parks and Recreation First Leisure Guide, Brandon Millennium Committee postcard, pin logo, design winners, pins and tattoos, Millennium poem by Elsie Drucker of Brandon, a Brandon University report, brochure, pin, pen, button, Brandon School Division, 40 overview and pin, Brandon Chamber of Commerce newsletter and coin, Brandon Regional Health Authority newsletter, Brandon Royal Manitoba Winter Fair brochure and pin, Art Gallery of Southwestern Manitoba art class brochure, New Holland Combines book, Mazer Implement Dealer. It's personal. Chevrolet 2001 Impala car dealership book, Murray Chevrolet's Cadillac. Too bad nobody has a 2001 Impala here to come up. You might have one, Reg. Brandon Sun newspaper, January 1st, 2000. Royal Canadian Region ribbon branch pin. Wheat King pin, World Youth Baseball pin. And so now I'll bring these inside there because it has a bit more of the specifics, and we'll put them out there. So there's box 1, box 2. So the Art Gallery Southwestern Manitoba and what they have in there, the Brandon Chamber of Commerce, what it has in there, Brandon City Hall, Brandon Millennium Committee, Brandon Real Estate Board has information, Brandon Regional Health Authority, School Division, Brandon Sun, Countryside Equipment, Craig Broadcasting Inc., which that's a sad one. That's a sad one, isn't it? But we're still being recorded WCG TV, local news, Brandon Sun, local news. Keep it up. Innovative Media Group, Mazer Implements, Mackenzie Seeds, Myers Norris Penny, and then there's a bunch of, hey, James Ennis CD. Want to pull that out of there. Amanda Stott CD. Newspaper articles. Let's get these things opened up here. Oh my goodness, there's lots. How do they have it all in here? OBO, Provincial Exhibition has stuff. Recycled Rubber Surfacing Company. Riding Mountain Broadcast Limited, still around, good for them. Rural Manitoba, Rural Municipality of Elton has the map in there. The Legion, Shiloh, UCT, Westman Multicultural Council, which there was much going on with multicultural in 2000. Not a new thing, it's always been happening around here. Keep it going. And the YWCA. So let's do this. There we go. Like any good Christmas gift, it's wrapped in newspaper. Let's pull it off the table. Y2A-OK. Reg, you can confirm that. The lights went out, but that was it. Okay. We'll take these inside to the cool and take a look at it. So there's our city council stuff. Reg Atkinson has not aged, which is fascinating. Let's take it inside here as soon as we can. Take it inside. Let's go inside where it's cooler and we're going to take a look at all of these things. Can you bring that sorting and stuff?
All right, yes,
We
as
feel the pins.
Mayor Fawcett, thank you so much for opening up our time capsule. We appreciate it. Exciting to see what's in there.
Watching you sweat and lose weight as we do it.
I want to at this time do a big congratulations and thank you to Phyllis, Bernice, and Marilyn for putting this event together. They spent a lot of time and effort into this. So that concludes our event for this morning. And thank you to our honored guests and all of you for attending this ceremony. And on behalf of Brandon UCT, I wish you a great day and even a better summer. So if you want to join us inside here, there are some refreshments. It's much cooler. You can take a look at what's in the time capsule. But again, on behalf of UCT, thank you so much for coming and spending your morning with us. It's a beautiful morning. The sun is shining. It's hot. It's just a beautiful summer day. So thank you for everything that you've contributed to this event. And we'll meet you inside.
All right. I'm just to commemorate this. I'm going to sing a quick song. No, I'm not. But I am going to read the poem that we pulled out of there. So, what did that say? So this is by Elise Ducker. This is what they put in at the time. The Millennium, Y2K. The millennium is coming faster than we think. Will it be a happy time or will our spirits sink? Will computer experts find the hidden chips or will modern luxuries turn and do the flips? Our lives have become so full of pleasure, electrical equipment too much to measure. We can sit down in our easy chair and turn our entertainment on the air. I never dreamt when I was young that this life of luxury would ever come. Collecting wood and cow chips to keep us warm, getting clean snow to melt after a winter storm. Now all we have to do is turn a tap, put the dishwasher on while we take a nap. Garbage and waste goes down the drain. All of these accomplishments boggle my brain. Have the experts gone too far today? Will all their equipment fade away? Will we have to go back to older times? I really wonder as I write these lines. Very interesting. We still have not figured out how to reduce potholes. We're trying. But that is, that's a young person always in reflecting. And I'd be curious what we would have a young person writing today, as we move forward. Because we are in this constant time of change. And there is an awful lot of change here. Just as I was saying to Reg, I'm going to go into Mazer Implements and hold them to the pricing of this combine. But things are the same in a lot of ways too. And I think that a lot of the good things are the same. We still have the UCTs. We still have the community working together as we do. We still have the Parks and Rec staff that would have helped put this in place, and they're here taking it out. A few of us who are here putting it in and taking it out. Poorly. But bottom line is, this is a great community. We didn't know what was coming after 2000. But we're continuing to grow. We're continuing to do a lot of the stuff like we did here with the immigration. One of the things that we do note is we do want to continue to support our local media. So the Brandon Sons, the WCGs, that's been a big impact on how we get information. We would have been TV, radio, newspaper, 2000. That was what we were getting. There was no social medias. There was no algorithms that we could go down and get all lost in. So we do need to continue to support those things. And that is important. And bottom line, groups like the UCT, we need to continue to support one another, getting together, communicating with each other, face-to-face discussions, talking with each other. That's one thing I hope that we can continue going forward. But I'm really glad everybody's here. I'm going to take Reg up there and just show them that there is no temperature control in there, and that has never made it into the budget. And it likely won't. But thank you everyone again for coming. This has been fantastic. Please come up and take a look at things here. I couldn't remember if Tim Hortons had opened by 2000 or not. I don't know if they did. I'm going to text Rhonda, but it was right around that time. So when you put this in place, you might not have been able to have Tim Hortons in Brampton. Now you can have it every few blocks.
Yeah.
Good?